Good morning, Shave Cadre. Handle Barber Dave here for another barbershop shave at home. Today is going to be a little bit quicker, and we're using a brand new soap for us. Not a new soap, but a new flavor. And we're using CBL, Chris's, my partner in crime. Chris's pineapple, cilantro, and banana. Now, I think that this was a request from my other partner in the forum, Chad, and it is tremendous. That's the best thing I can say. It's very pineapple forward, so I would say the pineapple notes are top. I detect some benzoin, Chris. I don't know if you use that in there. Then the banana, as you inhale, the banana comes in, and then there's a spicy note, a greenish note, and that's the cilantro. It's tremendous. We're going to do the full barbershop experience today. We're using the Sorrentino Luca Brasi. This was one of his first, and I love it. It's got a Envy silver tip knot in it, and I think some of you are getting this knot in the first anniversary TSC Legacy brush. So, or not the Legacy brush, the first anniversary brush. Very nice. I think this one is wood. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Eric can comment as to what it is. For our razor today, we are going to be using a Boker tree brand 5/8. This is more of a vintage razor. It does have the ivory covering on the tang. It's really unique. The original scale is very ornate and stuff like that. It's already been stropped, so it's in good shape. And then for the final, this was what was a little bit tough with the pineapple, cilantro, banana, is choosing a aftershave and a fragrance that would match all these. And believe it or not, the Swiss Petrolon, which has got kind of a pear, an apple type flavor to it, a little bit spicy, great stuff. Probably the healing properties on this are second, maybe only to Spike in its goodness. So I'm going to use that. And then when I couple that with my favorite, yes, Creed Adventus, which is very pineapple on the top end and then gets a little bit bassier as it dries down to more of a spicier, peppery scent. So I think this will work out good. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's having a great morning so far. The weather here in the old Pueblo is in the 70s, so it's very nice. Okay, we'll do our hot towel. And as I said, you can do this by sticking it in the microwave for 3 minutes. This one's a little bit warm today, as you can hopefully see. Okay, we'll start getting our lather ready. Now this is one of the smaller pucks, so with this large brush, it's going to be interesting to load. And like most CBL soaps, they're a little bit softer, but you can leave them open and they will harden up quite a bit. But it doesn't take a lot to load these at all. As this goes on the face, for those of you that are old enough to remember when the ice cream man, or even if you went down to your local thrifty or convenience store, they had a popsicle called a bullet pop. And that bullet pop usually had there was a red, white, and blue version, but there was also the smooth, the same as the Sidewalk Sundae. It was a long, thinner cylinder, and it was orange and purple and red and yellow, and it had the banana and stuff in it. That's what the initial smell once it starts to bloom, but boy, does it lather well. And boy, does the smell really come out on this. I've added some water. I think Chris told me that there was a little bit of a cooling, a little bit of a ghost chill to this, and I can feel it. It feels really, really nice on the face. It's very subtle. It's not like ghost pineapple or the ghost lime or anything like that. It is just really, really subtle and very, very nice. But the big thing here, to me, is you can really start to detect the notes of the pineapple and banana mixing together, and you can feel the cilantro, or not feel the cilantro, but you can smell the cilantro coming through. This is a winner. Performance-wise, I don't need to go into, simply because we all know that Chris's soaps are definitely an elite soap. Okay. For those of you who are using straights, I'll talk a little bit about the stretching, especially if you're new. If you think that you're stretching enough, you're not. In my opinion, you should feel as if your skin is actually going to rip apart. And most of the time on the neck and lower cheek, you can do that just by moving your neck and your chin. But you can add your hand here. To give it that extra stretch. And then you'll see here that I stretch like crazy, and I'll use my fingers in multiple stretching techniques. Along with blowing up my cheek and moving the mandible around. That's the one biggest thing that I see in the barbershop arena, is that most of the time barbers are a little bit afraid to stretch the skin. And they wonder why they're not getting the best shaves or leaving whiskers and stuff like that, and it's simply because of the stretching. Okay, we'll go ahead and strop real quick before our next pass. And the cooling agent in the pineapple cilantro lingers, but so does the fragrance. In my opinion, and I've tried almost all of Chris's flavors, and of course I have my favorites, but this one, the pineapple lime cilantro, if you have not tried it, he hit this one right out of the park. I think, and I'll go out on a limb here for me, because I do like pineapple scents, obviously with Adventus. This, to me, by far, like I said, by far and a pretty good margin, is his best. I can see myself using this a lot. And I would put this soap performance-wise on par with SV and Panacrema. it's definitely a wonderful soap. Now you'll see when I do this pass, I do stretch a little bit more from the bottom. Now I will say, and I think today I'm sitting at 1,181, 82 shaves total, straight shaves. If you can force yourself to learn to shave with both your dominant hand and your other hand, I think you'll get better shaves. I mean, you can do it. I mean, I can do this, but it's not comfortable. I've tried a ton of different techniques, and the one that seems to suit me the best is the one by a gentleman by the name of Shements. He did a 30th anniversary video. I think we have it up here on the site, and that was my teacher, and I think it works great for me. May not work great for everybody. Another stropping. And we're ready for the final pass. What I do like about Chris's soaps is they thin out perfectly for me. And I will say the fragrance on this has stayed as well as the cooling. So I would definitely give this a 5 on the SOS scale by far. It's wonderful. I also do a windshield wiper motion, but also a scything, which I would strongly recommend once you get your technique down. Don't do it before. As you will certainly meet Mr. Murphy. Just a tad bit of cleanup. Okay, that's pretty much it. Final rinse. Lucky Tiger. And the fragrance on this is still lingering, and that's after a multiple rinse. And it even comes through the menthol and the mint in the Lucky Tiger, which none of my other soaps can usually do. Maybe a Puntia does. And we'll do a cold towel. Do one final cold water rinse. And if you're going to use a menthol product, do a little bit of fanning. Believe me, you'll enjoy it. Oh, what a shave. Chris, you have a huge winner in pineapple, cilantro, banana. Chad, thank you for coming up with that. It is tremendous. This was a really good shave. A couple of splashes of the Swiss Petrolon. And oh boy, does this mix well with the lingering soap scent. It adds that spiciness to let the cilantro breathe a little bit, but the banana and the pineapple are still the prominent figures. And obviously, once I put the Aventus on, it's going to do that as well. A little bit of talc. Want to give a shout out to Rich. I know he had his procedure, I think today or yesterday. Hope he's recovering well. It'll be interesting to see how he recovers from a shaving standpoint. As always, we want to thank you guys for being members of the Shaving Cadre Forum. Tell your friends, www.theshavingcadre.com. And now for the big stuff. And without my glasses, I can't see, and I'm going to spray it in nowhere. There we go. Vasilis in all the 7 major spots. Oh, and the one thing, if I think we've talked about this, the one thing you don't want to do, especially if you're using a fragrance like Creed, where you're paying stupidly exorbitant amounts for a very small amount, don't rub the fragrance into your skin. Dab it and leave it alone. That's going to allow it to absorb into your skin normally and really allow it to bloom. And I can tell you right now, the banana and the pineapple, this is the perfect combination. So for those of you that are taking notes, any razor, obviously your choice, prefer a straight. The CBL pineapple, cilantro banana, Swiss Petrolon, and Creed Aventus or a clone thereof. You will not regret it. Shaving Cadre, that's Handlebarber Dave's Barbershop Shave at Home. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday and a good rest of the weekend. Take care.